If anything, this is going to teach me how to use StreamYard really well. Welcome to anyone who's here seeing the live stream. Also, anyone watching on replay, thanks for joining me, either like I said, live or on Memorex. It's December 2nd, about 9 p.m. in Central Time Zone, and we're going to show off a few things here tonight. One of which, the main attraction, is the cover of Toy Collector issue number 15, which is at the printer currently and should be mailing out probably either this Friday or next Monday. But I want a couple of pieces of business first. If you haven't already, if you're not a subscriber, this is a really good time to do that, because our Black Friday sale is still going, and it's going to be running throughout the rest of this week. We've got 15% off a sub when you use the code Turkey24. That's Turkey24. When you apply that code right before where it asks you to, and the prices will drop, and you just go and finish the process, and you are all signed up. Again, that's going to run till the end of the week, December 6th. So you're going to have a little bit of time. I wanted to extend it a little bit because of the cover reveal, and in case it is something that appeals to you. We really want you on board. The other thing I wanted to address quickly, since it is December somehow, Christmas is coming, whether we want it or not. And we have a couple of action figures that are exclusive to us that are still available for purchase in limited numbers. First is the green and black Earthworm Jim figure, which is over this shoulder, right over here somewhere there. He is available on our eBay store for, I believe, $57.99 is the price. We still have limited stock of him. Not very many, but we do still have some if you're interested in purchasing that. And we will get it out as quickly as we can for Christmas. And then the other figure is our Special Ops Santa, which is right there, which we did in cooperation with Fresh Monkey Fiction. It's not officially part of their Eagle Force line, but in the same general theme of what they were doing with Eagle Force. He is still available as well, again, on the eBay store. Just head on over there. You search Toy Collector the way we spell it, and you should be able to pull both of those up. Besides that, I think that is really about it for housekeeping. Let's go and let's see what's happening on the viewerships here. What do we got? Anybody? Is anybody watching? That's the real question. Because I am not sure. It doesn't look like a lot of people are here. In any case, let's get on with the main event. The cover reveal, which is again another exclusive reveal for us. That's 15 of 15. If anybody's scoring at home, that we've been able to do for the covers of Toy Collector, which, we're in our third year now. It's kind of hard to believe, but there it is. And we've been able to bring you an exclusive reveal on each cover. And this one is no different. This is first time company on the cover. First time for this company might to be just about anywhere, since it's a new company. Many of you probably have heard the name Arlen Pelletier. He's a sculptor known for working with Fresh Monkey Fiction on some of their, I believe, the Naughty Nice Santa line as well. He's worked with Hasbro on Marvel Legends and a few other things. Matter of fact, not too many issues back, we did an interview with him. So be sure and go check that out when you get a chance. But he has his own line coming out, a new company that he's calling TNT, which I believe stands for the Nameless Toy Company. And you may have seen a little bit of it kind of here and there. It's Space Zombies from Mars. And this is the cover of the upcoming issue that is going to debut the top bad guy in this line, which is the fella in the center, and his name is Spike Spectre, Zombie King. So he showed off some of this a few times. The first time I believe I saw it was Joe Fest, not this past Joe Fest, but last year's in 2023. He had some unpainted versions of something he was just calling Zombie Astronaut. I don't think it had fully manifested into Space Zombies from Mars just yet. But so it got a lot of attention. I remember at that show for being something really cool. And he and his partner, which I believe his brother may actually be involved in this as well. Pulled together a whole backstory, and they wrote music to it. It's really a pretty involved tale, which you'll be able to read about in the main news section of the magazine. We did a little story on the line, as well as how you're going to be able to get your hands on these. This is going to be a Kickstarter. It is going to be, I believe the idea is to kick it off on March the 1st. But you'll be able to, once the magazine starts mailing out and hitting mailboxes, which should be mid December. Yeah. Well, is that right? That's right. You'll be able to check out some of the details of the Kickstarter. Of course, those details are subject to change since the Kickstarter will still be a few months off. But you'll get the general idea. You'll get some of the some looks at the other figures and accessories that are going to be involved as well in the Kickstarter. So really cool stuff coming from Arlen and crew. And now that TNT is its own entity, we'll have to be looking out for even more stuff coming from him. Should be really cool to check out. Let me see if I can do this right here. Okay, we'll keep it up there for a minute, and let me get to a few more things I wanted to talk about, which was the content of the magazine itself. 15, like I said, is at the printer. Should be coming to your door if you're a subscriber sometime around mid-month. Should hit Diamond and Barnes & Noble and Books A Million about a week to 10 days after that. And what you'll have to read is, of course, all about Space Zombies from Mars. You'll also we have a Q&A with Jason Bienvenu from Spiro Toys. So kind of an indie theme here to kick it off. You'll get an idea about how he started and some of the logistical things he has to deal with being a small toy company based in Louisiana and not, one of the main coasts. There's also a New York Comic-Con wrap-up that we commissioned from our good friend Jay over at Geek Dad Life. He did a great write-up there for us because he was in attendance and we were not. So be sure and check that out. Got a Transformers piece done by a friend, Eric Braley, who walks us through all of Gen 1 just about, and relates some stories of collecting that line, and even some tales about when he was a kid playing with that line. What else do we got? Daniel Pickett, our buddy Dan, did a couple things this issue. One of which is an interview with Joel Boblett from Big Bad Toy Store. You may have seen they're celebrating their 25th anniversary this year. So we kind of walk through the origin story there with Joel. Really interesting Q&A about where that company came from and where it's going. So be sure and check that out as well if you're into that and you're a fan of Big Bad Toy Store and you want to learn maybe a little bit more about Big Bad Workshop and that sort of thing. He also did a Q&A with the Fisher Price folks about the new Voltron Little People collector piece, which is really neat if you haven't got a chance to see it. It's one of the more ambitious Little People collector pieces that they've done so far. Yeah, be sure and check that out as well. News pieces, we did a few things. You may have heard that a few of the mega Star Wars collectors are pooling their collections together to create a new museum. I had the privilege of talking with Gus Lopez, who you may remember from some of the earlier issues of Toy Collector, was doing a Star Wars column for us for a while. And also Steve Sansweet, spoke with him about pooling these major collections together into one museum, one attraction. You'll get the lowdown on basically some of the cities that they're looking at possibly putting this in, and some of the timeline for when that is supposed to happen. See what else. I think that's about it as far as can't give you everything, right? But be sure and be on the lookout for the new issue coming mid-month if you're a subscriber. And if you're not a subscriber, as I said before, now is the time. 15% off through the end of this week when you use the code Turkey24. Just apply it where it says apply the code, type in Turkey24, hit apply, and you'll see the price drop by 15%. I believe it takes it down to from $69 down to $57, $58, somewhere in there. So good stuff all the way around. Next issue, Toy Collector 16, will be the March-April issue, which will come out mid-February, and that's going to be basically our pre-Toy Fair issue, because Toy Fair this year is March the 1st through the 4th. So coverage will appear, of course, in the following magazine, but we'll have some thoughts about what we think we're going to see at Toy Fair this year. It should be very interesting, given the fact that if you kept up with, especially on the licensing side, there are more than a few very high profile licenses that are due to expire in 2025. So we may see a change of hands when it comes to properties like Marvel and like DC and like Star Wars, for example. It'll be, like I said, extremely interesting to see who the players are involved in trying to get those licenses, and if some of the current holders even deem it worthwhile to be in the room. There's a lot of questions about content as of late in the Star Wars universe has not been top notch as in many critics' eyes and many fans' eyes. Of course, I'm saying this as I believe Skeleton Crew is debuting on Disney Plus, so maybe we'll see something good come out of that. Same for what we've seen out of Marvel recently. Some of the movies haven't done very well, and some of the Disney Plus shows haven't done very well. So it may be where the actual licensee has a bit of pushback for once for the licensor. But again, all this plays out. We may know more, hopefully, by Toy Fair, maybe even a little sooner than that. Who if not who's going to have the license, who is going to be in play for it, all these licenses. So we'll be keeping track of that, of course, as well as, giving perhaps our predictions about, like I said, what we may see from the companies who we know are going to be there and the licenses we know they have. In closing, I guess I'm not going to keep you very long tonight. A lot of these YouTube shows always show off pickups about what you've got recently. And just to reassure everybody that I am very much a collector, and not just some guy who produces a magazine. There we go. There we go. Again, this is really helping me learn StreamYard. So I appreciate the ones of you who are watching this live. Let me get in any case. The one thing new that I've actually gotten a couple things new that I can't really show off because they're too big, but I will tell you, my RoboSkull Mark II came in, the giant ship that's the remake of the Palatoy Action Force ship. Very, very cool. I haven't opened it yet, but I've seen a lot of opening videos on YouTube, and yeah, the thing's massive and it just looks awesome. So congratulations to Ben and his crew over at Skeletron for what looks like a fairly robust success. The other thing I got new was a printer. I bought the new Epson 15. It's not new, new to me. Epson 15,000, which is going to allow me to print larger form paper sizes. So I think it's all the way up to A3, which is cool. I can't wait to check that out. Toy wise, however, what I can show is I got the new Spinal Tap figures from Super 7. These are, of course, Reaction. This is Nigel. There's Derek Smalls, of course. And last but not least, David St. Hubbins. Yeah, I picked these up. Really just awesome job on these. I'm hoping that because there's a sequel coming out, if you didn't know, there's a sequel coming out next year. They've already filmed it. I'm hoping that we'll get Ultimates out of this, because just for the accessories alone, can you imagine? But in any case, hopefully we'll be able to check those out sometime towards the end of the year. Brian Flynn, if you're watching this, make note, because I definitely would like that to happen. All right, I'm guessing that is going to be about it from me. Again, thanks to anyone who listened in live. We are kind of new to the streaming game, doing these kind of reveal videos. There may be more coming soon. There may not, but I invested in StreamYard, so we're gonna see what what all we can accomplish here. I would like to keep doing these cover reveal videos as we have new issues roll around, but we may opt to do what we were doing before and take it to another podcast that has more viewers. It's as simple as that. But you can't build a base without doing a few of these yourself. So we definitely wanted to give it a go. Again, for those who may have missed it earlier, there's your cover. Space Zombies from Mars from TNT, the Nameless Toy Company, which is a vehicle of sculptor Arlen Pelletier, who, again, you may have heard of. We, again, did a interview with him a few issues back, and he's done work for companies like Fresh Monkey Fiction on the Naughty and Nice line, as well as Hasbro Marvel Legends and a few other things. And yeah, and our debut, you may have seen some of these zombie figures before, but the debut for us is the gentleman in the middle, who is the Zombie King, and his name, let me get it right, is Spike Spectre, Zombie King. And again, the plan is for this to be a Kickstarter on March 1st, and you'll have a lot of description about what is being what's being forwarded right now, at least for the plans in this issue of Toy Collector. Of course, you're going to get this several months, a couple, 3 months before, or 2.5 months before the campaign is due to go down. So you'll have to take everything with the idea that it could change between now and then. But again, I had some pricing. I don't want to leave that out. The expected pricing is going to be $40 for the astronauts and around $25 for the zombies. Of course, all that again is subject to change once Arlen runs the final numbers as well. So there we have it. Again, everyone, thanks again for joining in. And I hope to see you next time we do this, which should be around 8 weeks from now. Bye-bye.